Phrasing.
Have you ever been in a Turkish prison?
Hey, it's Geek Public Radio right here on geekpublicradio.com. What is up? This is Topher the Hairy Bastard, and with me is
Little Sonny.
And we're just sitting here talking about GenCon and how everything went so far. And how did your... you didn't get to go. You had started a new job.
I had to work, so my experience sucked, except for the fact I got money.
Well, that's better than what we did. We spent a lot of money.
I would have liked to have spent a lot of money, too. But I didn't have the money to spend, hence the job.
Right. So, where do you want to kick this off?
Well, I guess we should probably start with a public apology, because a lot of the stuff we said that was going to happen wound up not happening due to connection issues. And I mean, you can speak to that more than I can. I was just the one that reminded you of all our prior obligations that of course it's downtown the convention center, so cell service sucks. And internet sucked, and so like I tried to kick everything off, and it was like really spotty and just looked horrible, and it's like, oh no. Okay.
And then on top of it, my pet peeve is when we're there doing broadcast stuff and we have the big production camera and all the sound equipment and all the other stuff.
Right.
It's literally two of us, me and then the camera guy, and we try to take up as little space as possible.
Yeah, because everybody else is going to take up all the rest of the room.
As as the whole weekend progressed, I got turned off on the whole idea of dealing with it, because everybody and their brother was broadcasting and doing whatever and recording live and this, that, and the other. And they push people out of the way.
There was no professional courtesy.
Yeah, and it's just like, we would never. We would set up out of the way, overlooking, like doing really cool shots to like overlooking like the crowd and whatnot.
Right.
And that's how we do things. They would set up in the middle of the hallway, push people out of the way, and do their stuff right there.
See, that's not right. It's all about, cooperation and improving everybody's experience, not about getting in the way and hampering and pissing people off.
So, like, as a member of the quote-unquote press...
Did you troll them?
I was sitting there going, and some group was walking through with their big camera set up and this, that, and the other, and I was like, they sat down in the middle, I said, hey, guys, I've been here doing the same job, and that is just rude.
What did
and
they
he's
say?
like, well, what do you mean? I said, there's a spot right there. You can get a nice shot of all of the people underneath you, and you're not in anybody's way. It'll look good. It'll sound better because you're not fighting over them, and this, that, and the other. I said, that's a better shot than sitting in here and being in people's way, pushing them out of the way, telling them to be quiet while you're on camera, and all this stuff.
I'm trying to scream into the microphone, yeah.
I was like, so why don't you check that? And they went, oh, well, thank you, and then went up there. And I was like...
Well, maybe some of it, hopefully some of it was just, inexperience and naivete and not,
I don't know. Like I said, it'll
just being a jackass.
It genuinely turned me off on the whole idea. I didn't want anything to do with it after... looking at like the third or fourth person who was like sticking cameras in people's faces as they're playing games, and
I guess that's understandable given the spotty connections and everything too, and how it would have been an even bigger pain in the butt. But I mean, if it was just that other people were doing it, then I would say that.
Well, no, it was like I said, I would have. I wanted to not do what they were doing. I wanted to do live from the floor, check out what we're, got to, spin around going, hey, look, look at everything that's going on, whatever, this is what we're at. We found a couple cool items, that type of stuff.
Yeah.
But they were like,
They wanted to set up a film production like Pinewood Studios. Yeah, you can't do that there.
And it was horrible. And, so between like the spottiness and not being able for us to get anything really out of the building.
Right.
Yeah, I was like, I'm not going to worry about
Well, what about our picture contest?
We didn't get any
Selfie. How come?
Well, we got one selfie.
You got one selfie? Well, I guess they win, huh?
And that was Miss Bibby.
Oh, well, I guess she's ruled out because she's like a
member of the staff.
Yeah. In a roundabout way, I'm sure there's a clause somewhere, but
yeah.
How come we only got the one? Just
I tell you this.
Promises were made. I just want to make sure that everybody knows we weren't just being jackholes, and not that they could really blame me anyway. I'm just trying to save your ass here, Chris.
Well, if they have a problem with it, blame me.
Yeah. I'll just get the hate mail anyway.
after that convention,
But it was a good time as far as as a member going, as far as being a gamer and a person going to it. It's just that the more
the stuff that you see because
right
is what bothered me.
Yeah.
And then no matter how many times people are warned, there were wagons there. My knees are permanently bruised from being beaten upon by wagons and drag along suitcases and all that stuff where people are not watching where they're going because they're right here. They're not accounting for the extra 4 feet they're dragging behind them. And now like people are getting pushed into it, tripped over it, run over. And they're just like...
So there wasn't anyone at the door stopping that from coming in. Then what was the point of them saying don't bring it? I mean,
we said don't bring it.
We said don't bring it, but wasn't there a statement or something put out that said that please don't bring these, or was that?
No, that was just us.
Oh, that was just us saying common courtesy. Okay, I thought they actually had a thing like you do at different sporting events.
No, but people,
well, shit, I wouldn't have listened to us either.
Yeah, there was quite a few things that I had an issues with, and it wasn't anything GenCon did. It was the people there. That's when I was like, oh, damn, I'm old.
Well, that's a factor too. I mean, a lot of the stuff that, we used to do or, we could get away with. And as we've gotten older, we've noticed, hey, you know what, maybe that wasn't such a slick move when I done it when I was younger. And boy, I was such an asshole,
right.
Something along those lines.
Well, no, the stuff that I generally never did anyway.
Right.
One of the young kids that was there with us, because we did we had the For the Children screen there.
How'd that do, by the way? I mean,
pretty good. It screened twice. They had it up twice.
Yeah, I knew. A lot of positive review on that.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. They liked it.
They seeing RJ get hit in the head with stuff?
They laughed where they should laugh and went, ooh, when he got hit. And they laughed and went, oh, because it
looked real.
Wham! Yeah. So it went pretty good. A lot of what it was that I had was so we had the young children there, and the youngest one was walking around one day. Really wasn't there. He was just there Saturday.
Yeah.
And he got body checked into a wall.
Really?
As people just pushing through, literally pushing moving bodies so they could get through to get to whatever game they had. And just chucked him right into the wall.
Okay, was this an accidental chucking, or was it?
It was, I'm pushing through the crowd because I'm late.
You would be falling to the floor because I tripped your ass.
By the time we made sure that he was okay, which he was, he didn't really even pay attention. He was just like, by the time we, they were long gone. And it was just like, but
see, that's the kind of stuff that I just can't let go. See, that would have been my mission. You'd have been like, okay, you check on the kid. I'm going to go mess him up.
So, but yeah, that was just stuff like that,
Yeah.
Not having courtesy to not stop in the aisle. As I'm preaching to the entire group, the Dog Day Studios group and the Geek Public Radio group, as we're walking through, it's like, they start to stop and like to find out where everybody's at or look around and see what they're
move
doing.
to the side or something.
Move to the side, whatever, because
I don't know how many times we got backed up and part
Right.
of the thing, and it was just like, But yeah, like I said, my whole problem was just some of the people.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we had it was sold out. I mean, record attendance. For like the last 3 or 4 years, it's set a new record for its attendance.
Yeah, this is the first year it sold out.
It sold out. Yeah.
So, but yeah, it was just one of those crazy things. I had a good time outside of the people.
Right.
The one thing is it wasn't. I mean, was it like a big memorable thing? No.
Okay.
I got to see a lot of cool stuff, and they had a mock-up of the horticultural hall. Literally, the whole front of this place was a mock-up of the horticultural hall that GenCon started out of.
Yeah.
And it looked pretty accurate. It was, and then it was all set up in the museum was set up on the other side of it in the footprint of the old so you got to see how much space they actually started with.
That's neat.
Which was the size of this room, that room, and half the kitchen.
So we're looking at roughly 1,000 square feet, if that.
Yeah.
That's impressive. Did you get some pictures of that? Are there any? I guess.
Yeah.
Are there? Have we got pictures up from?
We don't have them up yet. No.
Okay.
But we got them.
Okay. We should get those up soon.
I did post my my critique of GenCon.
Oh yeah.
Up. Yeah, it's up on the website and on the Facebook page.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think I'd seen that yet.
But it was definitely something that we were. I went through and did everything. We took pictures. We played in the battle pods. We went to the arcade room. We did all sorts of little game stuff and whatnot. But I didn't make it through all the way through the vendor hall.
Yeah.
I mean, I did physically, but not scoping everything out because I spent more time looking for my wife than I did looking at what was going on. But yeah, but other than that, I really didn't. I don't remember half of it. There's nothing big. Information
overload, or just nothing that jumped out and grabbed you like $30,000 tables do.
No, they had everybody now had tables.
Oh yeah,
yeah, and they weren't 30. They're like $5,000 now.
See, that's the end of geek chic right there.
Everybody has tables now. Wormwood has tables now.
Yeah.
And then they have the table toppers, which sit on top
of the table.
Well, you fold out table and then you just put it on top of it, and there's your.
Well, see, that'd be more economical.
Yeah, but if I'm going to do something like that,
might as well just build a whole table. I agree.
Build a whole table.
I agree.
Make it something that'll function for many, many different things, and.
Well, and we've got a subsidiary too, the Timber Games.
Yeah.
We could look at something that way. Getting timber on top of it.
Well, let's get our first one.
Yeah, let's
built.
Let's get the rest of this stuff off the ground, and then we'll build the empire.
So the Timber Games. Let's build the first table.
Yeah, build the prototype,
which will be in here, and then we'll be actually recording a podcast from the game table. The actual game table.
Hey, and we get
we'll do some video stuff and whatnot.
Yeah, say we do some video stuff. We could rival Will Wheaton on Pluto TV. His little
Will Wheaton.
His celebrity tabletop or whatever he does. We'll be like, there's a bunch of drunk rednecks playing tabletop. Y'all get a load of this. And Jim be like, I'll cleave them in tway.
With much force.
Yeah. I just want to slap him. Oh, I rolled a 20 and I'm wearing a gauntlet. Yeah, his head comes off. Well, that's not what I intended.
Well,
and now you're going to roll an alignment check. I know that's coming.
It wasn't the alignment check wasn't because you hit him.
I know it's because I hit the body
and then burnt down the table.
It all seemed like a good idea at the time, and it seemed like it was very godlike for a paladin to do, but I don't remember where exactly my head was on that.
Scared.
Yeah.
Oh,
God, we just killed a guy.
Here comes some big nasties. Let's get out of here. I don't want his body desecrated, so you're going to stuff it up in the rafters and set the building on fire? Apparently.
All right.
And here we go.
So the like I said, the Starfinder came out.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, our thing kind of got screwed on, our game company got screwed on that. But we'll talk about that next segment.
Okay.
But so Starfinder is like the only real big game that I remember like coming out. That's it. So
okay,
must not be that memorable. What I did want to talk about real quick was how fast everybody sold out of stuff. Like literally,
Chaosium.
1 day, 2 days into the con, the big ticket item that they're trying to sell is out. Which I guess is part of the reason why nothing really stood out to me, because everything was sold out.
Everything was gone.
Everything. By the time I got around to looking for stuff, it was already gone.
Yeah.
So.
They didn't even have the display left.
Right? Like people like thiefing that stuff out like, oh no, look, I got the 4-foot Cthulhu.
Big logistical nightmare.
Yeah. Like I said, Fantasy Flight had a big release. I don't remember what it was.
Right.
And there was a line in their booth, out their booth, down the side of their booth, around the side of the booth, out to the wall, down the wall. And it was like 4 hours long to get this one item. I never made it to actually see what the one item was.
Was the item Sarah Michelle Gellar?
No, but I would see that. But it was actually to buy stuff. The people signing autographs on the other side of the thing didn't really have a line.
Yeah.
So like the cast of Buffy who actually made it to do the Buffy release, they had a little bit of a line, but it wasn't like the Fantasy Flight line that was just for whatever game they were.
They were second rate to cardboard.
Right? But yeah, there was a lot of people who were like upset about the fact that, I was like, just because they didn't want to stand in line in the first day.
Right.
They went the next day and it was sold out.
Well.
So it was like, well, stuff happens,
Yeah, I mean, I've been to Knob Creek, Kentucky a few times, and if there was an ammunition that you wanted to pick up, you don't wait. You get the good deal when it's there, because if there's not another couple of pallets on the truck, the stuff's gone.
Right.
So you got to act fast when you see it. You don't look. You don't look and come back later. Oh, it'll be there. No, never count on it being there. How long did their special dice last?
About a day and a half.
Day and a half.
Yeah. Like they were angry. People were angry because they got like poor quality ones later on, and like the whole commemorative sets were gone. And
what classifies it as a poor quality commemorative dice? What's poor quality about it? I've got some regular dice that I'd consider poor quality because they don't roll for crap for me. They hate me. You get commemorative dice to put on a shelf or something. I mean,
yeah.
Are they any less special?
Yes, apparently. Apparently they felt like they were waterhead dice.
Yeah, well, got some dice that are like that.
You said you were watching the tweets. I was too busy navigating the sea of ridiculousness.
Yeah.
That Chaosium actually was like, hey, we got this. No, we don't.
Yeah, there was a near Lahotep, something new with Near Lahotep that it escapes me at the moment what it was, but they'd come out with or was being released, and they blew right through it. It was gone.
We looked at all sorts of stuff, and like before that's part of the reason why it didn't really stick to me, because like half the stuff was already like sold out.
It was already gone. You never got to see it in the first place, and you went down early too. How'd that happen?
Right?
Yeah. Well, I mean,
it was definitely one of those things that was just so many people, and just short of like getting a drop ship on Saturday,
Right.
There's no way, shape, or form. There's a finite amount of space to pack this stuff in. There's a finite amount of space to store the stuff while you're there. There's a finite amount of space on the floor when you're dealing with that many people and that much stuff. It will get sold out.
Yeah, the only way that you could really combat that as a company is to go down with a semi-load and have another one leave head your way about a day and a half later,
right?
So that you've got more later.
People have the same issues, like they're getting their stuff from their printers and whatnot. So that's the logistic thing. Like they are only going to print so many books, and if they sell out, well, that print run is done,
right?
And they have to get more printed. So you're looking at the time of getting it printed, and it's people get they don't understand that side of things. I didn't get my stuff. But logistically speaking, it was a nightmare.
I can imagine.
Selling out quick.
I can imagine, and it doesn't help when you can't help as the person that was wanting to get the stuff, can't help but feel like a heel for not having acted on it when you saw it to begin with,
right? Because
now you really, even though they should have had more or whatever, you really don't have anybody to blame but yourself.
Right. It was there when you didn't want to stand in the line.
Right. And then, there's a reason that there was a line for it, and it'd be my luck though that I'd be the one to get in the line. They'd get up to the front, be the next one in line, and the guy in front of me get the last one. That's why I don't stand in lines.
But there was a lot of logistically speaking, a lot of stuff. Starfinder, which we were talking about before, it sold out, like pretty quick.
And we were going to sell it too, weren't we?
Yeah, we actually had everything lined up for a distributor to sell those, and the order got put on hold. And after the convention, we should have came here and there should have been a box, ready for us to do whatever. And they were like, well, we'll put that in. Oh, wait, there's none left. After, so we lost a sale.
So the distributor didn't actually order it until after GenCon.
Yeah. He didn't push the order through to the distribution center. The salesperson did.
So they didn't do their job.
And we lost about $2,000 worth of sales because somebody didn't do their job.
And our new distributor is who?
We were talking about going with Alliance. They're the number one game distribution.
Yeah.
They're a part of Diamond.
Yeah.
So you got Diamond and Alliance. They cover comic book and art, games and whatnot. All we need is a brick and mortar place that we can ship to.
Yeah, and they're out of Fort Wayne, right?
Yeah. So it literally, while it's technically we need a brick and mortar place to ship to and have that, we're literally going to save all our shipping because when we place the order once a month, I'm just going to go get it.
Yeah.
So we're not going to have any shipping costs, and we'll be able to pick it up the next day.
Yeah.
So, we place the order, I drive up the next day to go get it, load everything in the vehicles, drive back to the house, unpack everything, break them down into what orders have already been ordered, and out they go, and the rest goes up on the end.
So we really only need a brick and mortar shell. We just need a lot that's zoned commercial, right?
We need a building that's zoned commercial.
Right, as long as it's...
And as long as it's owned by somebody on the application.
Okay. So we just need a building that's sitting on a lot that is zoned commercial.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, I think we can pull that off.
So that's the only thing. And when I told them about what happened with the distributor, he was like, "Yeah, that should never have. They should have placed that order immediately." When you said done,
kind of what I'm thinking.
Place the order. And he goes, and I said, "Yeah." And he said, "Well, I'm sorry if you feel that what I did cost you these sales."
No, it's not that I feel it. It's the fact of the matter.
Yeah, So, because we placed they said we couldn't get it, so I had to, rather than refund the money for the guy who actually pre-ordered,
right?
we went and just, bit the profit and ordered it off of Amazon, and it's delayed because they're so out of stock. Apparently, Paizo didn't understand that it was going. They geared everything towards this, and didn't think that it was going to go as well. Everybody's jumping on it, and now they ran out of stock. So they're waiting on their printers to get, because they have back orders.
Yeah, I imagine they've got a lot of back orders.
So, hopefully, it has to be one of the most successful launches they've ever had.
Well, you say isn't it pretty much Pathfinder in space, right?
Yeah, that's what it is. It's the next evolution, rather than, doing all the 3.5-ish stuff in the world that they created. It's now spaceships and different planets and all of that fun stuff. So,
okay.
When you have somebody looking at it, you go, I want the core book, I want the folios, I want the map folios, I want this, I want the DM screen, I want all this other stuff. And you're looking at their order, and
it's like $700.
Just the wholesale is, you're looking at a $200 order for one person.
Oh, well, yeah.
And that's with a 50% markup, or that's with the 50% discount.
Right.
At wholesale. It's like $200. So there's a $400 order per one person.
Right.
And you have 4 people looking at you going, I want what he's got.
Yeah. And they dropped the ball.
Mm-hmm. That's just the people who wanted specific books. The rest of the order was X amount of this book, X amount of this book.
Hey, we've got these. Let's,
Yeah.
Who's up for them,
Put them up on the website. Say, hey, guys, we Pathfinders or Starfinders here. Check it out. We were talking about possibly doing something like, well, we know we can get these, so let's turn around and we'll just put them up on the website and sell them. And since they'll be shipped here within a day, we'll just put them up on the website and sell them, and we'll ship them out as soon as we get it.
Right.
Yeah, after that situation, I'm glad we never did that, because that would totally give us a bad name, and we would have refunded money.
Yeah, that would have been a disaster.
That was a little bit, no. So, talking GenCon, the very first day, I dressed up.
You've done some cosplay.
Yeah.
Not one of those sweaty cosplay girls, mind you. I hope it was something airy and,
Oh, no, I was
allowed for proper ventilation.
I was a sweaty beach.
I bet it was pretty hot down there.
We ended up calling it Fat Pirate Hobbit. It was what I guess it was.
Like Willow Goes Rogue? Or?
Originally, the top was from a Dread Pirate Roberts costume.
Okay.
And then I had the pants that Libby made. Mm-hmm. And then, of course, the hide boots and all that stuff. So it was like half a Dread Pirate Roberts thing. So I called it the Fat Pirate Roberts because, it's me. And then they were like, well, it's more like Fat Pirate Hobbit. Okay, so it's the Fat Pirate Hobbit. So yeah, that was my very first cosplay ever, and it was horrible. I had a horrible time.
You had a horrible time? You didn't enjoy dressing up?
I did not enjoy dressing up one bit.
What was the worst part of it?
Well, the pants fit, but they weren't quite, they didn't have any belt loops in it, so I could cinch them up, because after a while it stretched and became baggy, and was pulling my pants up, pulling the boots up because they kept trying to slouch and fall down.
Uh-huh.
Tucking my pants back into the boot because they were true era pants, so they only came down so far, and
you had pantaloons basically.
And so I was wearing it was, and I kept trying to get my shirt squared away, and the pants would fall down, and then I'd pull the thing up, and then my shirt would come untucked. And it was just the whole time I was too fidgeting when trying to get. It was just
Well, I saw the shirt. Did the shirt wind up any smaller than what it looked like? Because it looked like, honestly, if you had a stiff enough wind blow across, you might have inflated like a planetarium. I mean,
it was enough sail to.
You might have a little extra pounds on you, but hell, bud, I think I could have put that shirt on, and that's saying something.
Well, Pat did put the shirt on, and it was big on him. But that was before the sleeves were mended, and the bottom hem was put on. And,
okay.
And all that stuff. I was trying to see if we had a picture so I could show you. No, I don't have a picture to show you.
I'm sure somebody's got a picture somewhere.
I think I actually pulled it off and put it in a folder.
Well, that's just one of the pictures that can be put up here in a little bit when we talk about GenCon and reminisce, and you put up all the pictures that didn't get put up yet.
Yeah. So the idea being, thinking like, yeah, we'll get all this stuff and do all this, and it'll be awesome, and it'll be my first cosplay thing, and the people were awesome, like dealing with everybody. People like take pictures and whatnot, because the wife dressed up 2 days. They'd be dressed up like 2 days because her feet hurt.
Yeah.
So she took a day or two off and then came back and did the final Red Riding Hood steampunk,
whatever it was. Yeah.
Red Riding Hood, the Avenger.
Yeah.
Yeah. I called her Little Dead Riding Hood, like. I think that would be awesome, like a half-eaten makeup on, like a zombie.
Little Dead Riding Hood.
Yeah, I think that would be awesome.
Have somebody, cosplay a zombie werewolf or something.
But the when she was walking around, all these little girls were like, it's Red Riding Hood, and like all coming up and being all like, oh wow, this is so cool. Like she was like the hit with like the little kids.
The little kids, yeah. And
she had fun with it, and of course all the guys were creeping out and going, "Oh yeah, we take pictures of your boobies."
Bank, bank.
Yeah, and so it was really like they had a good time with it. Me, on the other hand, like I said, I was miserable like 90% of the time.
So based on this, would you do it again or no?
Not with a costume like that. No.
Not like that. Oh, so you would still cosplay just something else? See, I would have been the unimaginative asshole that put on a suit and tie, and I was like, I'm one of the Men in Black.
Though they were there.
Yeah.
One of the things that I think next year I'm going to...
Because they don't make Stormtrooper armor in my size.
I think one of the things I'm going to do next year is one of the Scarlet Monastery guys.
Yeah.
Because the whole robe thing, I can wear whatever I want to underneath it.
Or don't want to.
Right?
Yeah.
Just a scarlet robe with, I've seen patterns for those.
You're going to wear the scarlet robe and the dice bag.
Like the Scarlet Friar from WoW in the Scarlet Monastery. Mm-hmm. Those guys. Yeah. Boom! Right there. All you just the scarlet frock.
Yep.
And then come at you with a sword. Oh!
Well,
that'd be easy.
Yeah.
I won't have stuff that would be falling off of me and literally having to stop every 5 minutes.
Zip ties, I guess, would have helped. I mean.
Different cosplay.
Yeah. True.
It was one of those things. It was just like, oh God, please let this day end.
Why did I agree to do this?
And I didn't dress up the rest of the week. Like I dressed up once, and
I did it. There, it was done.
Of course, it was new. The boots were relatively new, so I ended up with blisters.
Yeah.
And then I just wore my tennis shoes the rest of the time. I was like, I'm done.
Yeah.
So, nope.
Yeah.
Like I said, do the robe.
Do the robe long enough, you can't even see what shoes you got on underneath. You can just wear your sneakers, yeah.
Right. There was a Jedi outfit, like the whole Obi-Wan,
right,
with the robe, and you take it off, and it's you can wear it with the robe
and everything.
You can wear it with the robe or without the robe.
Yeah.
and it was the young. They had like a young Anakin one, like the pre-Vader outfit, and then they had the Obi-Wan outfit.
Yeah,
and I was like totally thinking I could do the rock the Anakin.
That or the Qui-Gon, either one. Because the Qui-Gon's kind of similar to Obi-Wan, you know.
Doobie doobie banooby.
We've got
and I don't think there's anything that can like fall off of me at that point.
No, I don't think so. I mean, I've seen some stuff for how they were doing the Jedi belt and all that, and it doesn't look that difficult, but then I don't sew either, so.
Right.
I did see, we've got Halloween coming up, so, Halloween City has become a thing again, It's coming up next month.
Yeah, I need to buy some more latex paint and or latex, not latex.
No, I said for Halloween, not for the weekend. Yeah, I mean,
no, but I need more liquid latex. Is what I was saying. It was for special effects makeup for movies.
Yeah, but I noticed that on Halloween City's website they're selling a positron glider.
Nice.
And it's life size, and I was looking at it compared to the.
You should mess with the guy with the positron glider.
I was kind of comparing the pictures, on the website and the size that it seems to be on when it shows on an adult compared to what they wore and this is from the '84 movie, not your favorite version, but the '84. But I was kind of comparing it, and they look close enough alike that. They want $60 for it. Mm-hmm. I would almost spend that money. I mean, I'm pretty close. If I had $60 free I wasn't throwing anywhere else. I believe I'd order one just to say I had it. The difference being that I know how.
Can you get a tan jumpsuit or
oh yeah, you can get a tan jumpsuit just about anywhere. This was just for the positron glider.
Right.
And by that, anybody that doesn't know what I'm talking about the backpack and the weapon that they use in Ghostbusters. But I've seen some documentaries about the ghost heads and the ghost core and all that, and how everybody, they take great pride in building their own, and I would too if I was handy. I'm not. I'll pay for the shit. I mean, right. I kind of don't. I could do it. I could see it being neat and doing something, but I would need somebody to walk me through. I'm not all that mechanically inclined. Mm-hmm. I'll just buy it, man. $60 is worth it. To me anyway.
Yeah.
But it comes only mere inches shy of being probably an exact duplicate of, size-wise. Mm-hmm. And it looks enough like it that, there's a couple of warning labels you might want to peel off. But other than that, it looks just like what they... And now, I mean, get that, a tan jumpsuit and an armband, and, I'm a Ghostbuster.
Now I got all these one-liners stuck in my head.
Like,
it's saying, no, you don't mess with the guy with the positron glider.
No, you don't mess with the guy with the positron glider, pal. Egon, you're mucus. Venkman, I saw it.
Were you exterminators? Yeah, somebody saw a cockroach on 13.
Up on 12. Or no,
some cockroach. Must be some cockroach. Bite your head off, man.
Yeah. I just realized we never fully tested this equipment. Switch me on, would you? Turn it on and back away to the other side of the elevator. They're kind of looking at each other. Man, that's good stuff.
Well, yeah, so there's several ideas that I had for cosplaying that don't involve me pulling stuff up, and I'm definitely going to get ahead of time so I can wear it and for a period,
right,
and get it to where I know how it's going to function, because I literally got that stuff the day before GenCon.
Yeah,
everything, the pants,
everything came together.
She got me the pants and the boots and all that stuff, and I was just threw it on. Yay! Look, it fits, and then I hung it up to wear the next day.
Yeah,
and oh god, it was horrible.
Yeah, I've never really cosplayed myself.
Told you you could do Hodor.
I'm tempted, but I want to see Bill do it. I want to see Tiny do it.
He's got the tallness.
Yeah, he's got, he's about like the size of Andre the Giant.
Yeah.
But
I told him all you have to do is stand there and hold the door.
And just hold the door open. Yeah, that'd be great. And you go, Hodor, every time somebody goes by Hodor. Man, there'd be people taking their picture with him and stuff.
Hold the door.
Yeah. What he should do is prop the door open, then just sit down in front of it and hold it open. But no, I'd talked to my oldest daughter is big into cosplaying and stuff. I mean, as far as big into it, meaning that, she talks Grandpa into buying her $300 worth of wigs and some different outfits and stuff. And, she wears them in her room alone somewhere. Yeah. Doesn't actually go out and do anything with it, but, that's her cosplaying. So,
well, one of these days she'll find a convention to go to.
Yeah, and I have been trying to get her to GenCon. It just hasn't come together yet. Not through any fault of hers, but mostly mine because this year I didn't have any money and I wound up having to work. Last year it was because I had to work. Well, I've already marked it. Next year it comes. Before school starts, it's like on the 1st and 2nd. So next year she's going to GenCon. Hopefully I'll have some damn money. And if she wants to cosplay, great. If she don't, I don't care, But
I would suggest you do at least one day not cosplaying.
Right.
And then she can come dressed out if she wants.
Yeah. But I'd kicked around the idea before. I was like, well, what would, if I wanted to cosplay, if I wanted to go ahead, bite the bullet and be like, okay, I'll do this silly shit with you. What would I do? And I thought, well, Men in Black, because then I don't feel like an idiot. I'm in a suit and tie.
Walter.
Yeah. I seriously considered that because I got a Hawaiian shirt. I got 2 of them now. Never had a Hawaiian shirt before. I love them. Want another one. Want 100 of them. But yeah, absolutely. Walter Sobchak, I think is
you have you have a tan tack vest thing, don't you?
I have a tan M65 field jacket.
Through half of the thing was a flannel shirt and a tack jacket.
Yep, pretty much. And so I thought about doing that, and then Men in Black, and now I'm thinking about Ghostbusters. but
if you can do that, if you do it, I'll do it.
Yeah, I was thinking
I could totally pull off a jumpsuit.
Yeah, me too. Right. My problem is they'd look like he just escaped from somewhere. He's wearing. Yeah, I've done 15 years. I worked 15 years in a prison. I don't want to see any more damn khaki. I might get a black or a gray jumpsuit. We'll be like the special forces of the Ghostbusters. But yeah, I was talking about wanting to play the new updated Battlestar Galactica. I wouldn't mind.
That would be cool.
Yeah, I found a couple of places on eBay where you can order already made. Well, I mean, they're not already made. You got to send them your measurements, and they'll make the dress blues for you.
Nice.
And then you just got to fill in like the emblems and insignias and stuff. Yeah.
See, what I said is during the break is I would be called racist for the one thing I've always wanted to do. And the people who would get it would be like, "Oh crap! Like, did you seriously just walk in a coalition?" Rift's coalition uniform. It's all going to hell. Coalition's here. That's what they would be thinking. Everybody else would be like,
"Who invited the Nazis?"
Right?
Who ordered the what? How'd the SS get in here?
Because if you're not familiar with Rifts, Palladium is a huge system. It's got so much different stuff, but. Like, the coalition actually was found. The guy in the book has a copy of Mein Kampf, read it, and started the coalition with those ideas.
Based the coalition off.
Basically said human, and he went humans versus
everything,
non-humans.
Yeah.
So if you have any rift ability, like ley line walkers or Psy Stalkers or Dog Boys or any of the myriad of things, you are less than human.
Yes.
And any DBs,
or
exterminated.
They just need to be exterminated and made room.
Not necessarily through an oven, but they have to be exterminated.
Yeah. So that whole concept, that's how he went with it. Human race is the race that needs to prove. That's how he went. But while the Coalition has a messed up backstory, whatever, like some of the best characters that I remember playing were like Coalition mil-spec, out on the frontier type things where you're not in the whole command structure. And, so you can choose whether or not you want to follow Coalition guidelines when you're dealing with the native populations in these towns. And eventually you go mercenary and a mercenary crew, whatever. But they're still really interesting characters.
Right. You just get, called a racist.
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially in this day and age when we're tearing down monuments and stuff.
I figured the easiest way to do it would be Black BDUs. You get the Death Head armband.
Right.
And you get your military mil-spec stuff, and you just and put the cap on you and you walk in, and everybody loses their shit.
Yeah, although nowhere on the uniform does it mention any kind of Nazi paraphernalia, other than most people do associate the Death's Head with the lightning bolts as the
this is
the tanker division.
Yeah, this is. I don't even think the lightning bolts are on it. I think it's just
I think they're through the eyes. I think they're through the eyes. But that's the only thing. I mean, you're not talking about anything with a swastika on it. No SS bolts other than what could be perceived in the Death's Head.
Right.
Which, is not obviously not what you're going for. You're not.
I would even love to walk in there in Dead Boy the Death Head, the Dead Boy body armor.
Well, and see, more people would be like, oh, well, that, they'd be more accepting of that than just you showing up in a German style uniform that's all black with a Death's Head, with the lightning bolts in it, because then, that's another disconnect from reality. And, it's kind of what you're going to have to almost go for, really, because people are just going to automatically associate it with that.
I just stand around the Palladium booth in the Dead Boy armor.
They would probably pay you
with the gun.
They might pay you for that. They would definitely want your picture,
right?
I mean,
but yeah, like I played Risk for so long, but I always wanted to play like a mil-spec, or hell, I was thinking along those lines I could be a Psystalker to shave my head again.
Yeah,
put the barcode on the back and have a Psy whatever across the front, whatever, and
Well, I mean, we got a whole year to prepare now, so
Psystalker.
We can get to looking. I know some of the Dead Boy armor.
You could totally go as a Dog Boy. We'll just put one of the little the little stretchy masks so you have the dog face.
Yeah,
and we'll give you ears.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not.
I'm the Dog Boy.
I'm not a preteen girl, cute or Asian, so I couldn't pull that off.
Well, no, you get the one that looks like a bulldog.
See,
a bulldog.
Well, if I'm going to do that, I'm going as Barf. I mean,
I think you'll have to fight Bill for that one.
Well, I mean, okay, he can either go as Barf or he can go as Hodor, and I'll go as the other one.
There you go.
I mean,
short for Bartholomew.
Bartholomew, yes. But I mean, in this day and age, that you're going to get some looks. I mean, it's not like you're running into a VA or a retirement home with German potato masher screaming in German and throwing potato masher or something. But it's still it could be perceived in ways that don't necessarily. I mean, yeah. Why don't you just go as a Death Boy? I mean,
Dead Boy or
the Dead
Boy body armor.
Because I've got an idea now for how we could get the helmet, the facial helmet. You've seen those ballistic face masks. Mm-hmm. They sell them that are the grinning skull.
See, with those, it literally is. It's not like a stormtrooper helmet,
right?
It's more
there is no bulb thing. It's just, and it's got a little, and it's not like painted. It's just the skull is in the lines of it.
Yeah.
So it might cost a pretty penny to have somebody do it.
Well,
because you're looking at like vacuum forming and the whole 9 yards. They're my size of stuff.
Right.
I know a guy.
Yeah.
Who does this. If I gave him that, he'd be like,
yeah.
What is this from?
Well, I mean, like I say, we got a year to prepare. So, maybe we'll look here in about February or March. We'll make the final decision on which way we're going to go with it. We're either going to have you show up and get, shit thrown at you as a German, or we're going to put you in some body armor and probably still get some shit thrown at you. But it will be from people that know what you are and are like, fuck the coalition.
Oh God, the coalition's here.
And then Jim Hill can go as a ram python.
I'm a squid.
But
he'll go as somebody disguised as a ram python.
Disguised as a ram python. Yeah.
So there is that.
Yeah, it's.
I kept trying to get him to dress up as. What was it? I can't remember off the top of my head.
Wasn't the Dread Pirate Roberts, was it?
No, like I said, I did that.
Was it Jim Jones?
That was like the Fat Pirate Roberts.
Well, yeah.
It was a Fat Pirate.
We were trying to get him to go as Jim Jones. He's just passing out Kool-Aid all day long.
That would be funny.
He would do that. He would do that.
He copped out. He's like, I'm going as a homicidal maniac. Like, oh yeah, that's original.
That's original, yeah. I used to want to go trick or treating with Josh and Jessica. Take them around. Take them trick-or-treating. They'd be like, oh, what are you supposed to be? I said, yeah, well-adjusted member of society. I mean, well, that is a stretch. Yes, it is.
I like, hell, at that point, just wear a Hawaiian shirt, like a tan one.
Yeah.
Like tan Hawaiian, or a yellow Hawaiian shirt thing, and say you're Leaf on the Wind.
Yeah. I could do that.
My wife, by the way, it was Libby that got the shirt that says "I'm a leaf on the wind." See
yeah,
how in the big giant hole.
Yeah. Oh, too soon.
She got that. There was a Armor Class 10.
Yeah.
If you check out their Facebook page, they actually Libby and my wife got their picture put up for their interpretations of some of the scavenger hunt pictures that they submitted.
Really?
Yeah. One of the things that you're supposed to look for was thing called battle sisters. And what they did was they stood next to the battle pods and took a selfie together.
Nice.
So, technically, they're battle sisters.
Right.
And he was like, that's awesome. He goes, I love the way people interpret these things. And there was a thing called a sexy beast.
Yeah.
And there was a fox or whatever, that like a stuffed fox thing with that boa, like a red shiny boa that was like all wrapped around it, like all like. And she's like, that's a Sesame Beach, and they were like, that's awesome. So yeah, they got their pictures and the pictures that they took like up on the thing. So they got like pictures with their shirts that they won, and
right.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Right on.
So it was definitely something that made their day.
Yeah.
But so it looks like that is the show for this evening.
Well, it goes quick.
We did talk about what happened at GenCon. Like the whole first half of the show was me just complaining about people.
At least the first 15 minutes solid.
Like, people suck. I'm old. Get off my lawn. The whole beginning of the show was just me like dogging out.
It's not that you're that big a jackass. Yeah, we just don't like people. I mean, it was. I'm sure it was a good time. It's not in any way to disparage Gen Con itself. It's just some observations, and you would still go again tomorrow if it was the next 4 days.
Yeah. Oh, I'd
take a cattle prod with you, but you'd still go.
I'd definitely take that sledgehammer with me.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Good night.
It's a buffer, so I can technically hit you with it.
Right.
I'll just flip around the wooden handle and use that if you don't get out of the way.
Right.
No, but so the first half was me complaining, and then we talked about
new stuff coming into the show, or new stuff coming to the store.
New store stuff. We also talked about the selling out of stuff, the logistics, and all this stuff. And we talked about cosplay.
Yeah,
and apparently my ideas for cosplays are racist.
Well, I mean, there could be worse. I mean, we'll see how it goes next year. It's bound to be interesting.
But this has actually been more of a focus show than we've ever really had.
I think the 15-minute breaks kind of keep us on track because I'll be all over the place with stuff. Yeah, I mean. So
if you like this, let us know in the comments on Facebook. Tell us in the facebook.com/Geek Public Radio. Check us out there. Click the groups button. Go in and check out the group. Join the conversation. Let us know what you think of Gen Con there. Check us out at geekpublicradio.com. Check us out on iHeartRadio, iTunes, and soon to be anywhere you want to be, I guess.
For too much longer, maybe on the TV.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the goal.
Yeah.
And remember, Geek Public Radio, the radio, which some of you may be listening to us on, some of you, may not be, didn't even know it's a thing. Geek Public Radio, go to the side of the thing, hit the listen live, and we play music, we have shows, we have all sorts of fun stuff. Listen to our sponsored ads so we can, continue to have somebody come in so we can continue to do this stuff.
Listen to the Man Cave. Fridays at what time do they come on? Because I'm at work. Fridays at 7.
Fridays at 7 is the Man Cave. Yeah.
They're not bad people. They're just misunderstood.
But this has been Geek Public Radio. I am Topher the Hairy Bastard.
I'm Little Sonny.
And we will see you next week.